Listen to me. I'm trying to find the perfect setup in which you guys can see the album art, you guys can look at me while I'm talking about the album, and it's not an eyesore to anyone. I'm really just kind of messing around with ideas as I make videos, I guess. So, we're trying some things out. Sometimes it might not work, sometimes it will work. We just gotta find that sweet spot where it's perfect. So yeah, be patient with my video setup. It's it's gonna change. Anyway, let's get on to the review of the new Malibu Ken album. Malibu Ken. Malibu Ken is the collaboration between rapper A$AP Rock and multi-instrumentalist electronic musician and producer Tobacco. Together on this album, they have made one hell of an album. From start to finish, A$AP Rock delivers his very creative writing style, and Tobacco, he delivers an incredible production from start to finish. I said that already. Both lyrical mastermind, production mastermind clash together to collide with this near masterpiece. We start off the album with the song Corn Maze, which talks about A$AP Rock's very aloof way of living, talking about how he has walls up, and this phrase in particular is repeated within the chorus and is always featured in the last line of each verse. Tuesday delivers yet another personal song about A$AP Rock's cleanliness, or shall I say, lack thereof. Throughout the song, he repeatedly states his living style, the mess, basically, that he lives in, the farm. It's, in a way, he delivers this very nonchalantly, and it's kind of interesting to see someone's perspective of their own living situation, even though it is bad, but they just don't seem to care. It's wacky, it's off the wall, and it's very enjoyable. The song Save Our Ship is A$AP's attempt at writing a song about the state of the country or even the world, and I have to admit, this attempt worked in his favor. The song is riddled with A$AP's classic metaphor style that he writes in, alongside a very hypnotic production and a very heavy beat. Sword Box is yet another song that delivers metaphoric heavy lyrics about rappers and musicians, mainly rappers, that are near identical, and compare those rappers and musicians to stage magicians, kind of repeating the same trick over and over again and expecting a different result. A$AP also dives deep into his own career as a musician and a rapper, and analyzes himself compared to, dare I say, his contemporaries. In the song Dog Years, A$AP is reflecting on his past over some very heavy synthesizers and more heavy beats. These heavy sins turn into very colorful ones on the next track, Acid King, which is a story track about the murder of Gary Lawlers. The murderer, Ricky Casso, who was referred to as the Acid King, hence the name of the track, and the name of the band, Acid King. While a very intriguing story, I never really knew about the story at all, and the way A$AP delivers the story through his writing, it is very intriguing from start to finish, and I learned more about Kassoff's life than I would have read on like Wikipedia or something. In the song Suicide Big Gulp, we get a taste of A$AP's egotistical and braggadocious side. Him talking about being big enough to kick a train off a bridge and to smack a plane out of the sky, while also hyping up his producer, Tobacco. Juxtaposed to the song 1 + 1 = 13. On this track, we see A$AP explore into the world of superstitions. Many lyrics contain superstition references such as the number 13 and the title, a murder of crows, glass houses. A$AP peppers this track with many superstition references, making it one of the less personal songs on the album. Churro is a very interesting song about two bald eagles feeding a dead cat to their eaglets. I swear to God, that is what the song is about. It is a very interesting track, though. It is nothing very graphic, though this is not something that is just made up. This was a real event that happened in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 2016, which is literally what he references in the song. It's very interesting to see a rapper talk about something a rapper would not really write about in his songs and rap about in any way, shape, or form. Who wants to rap about dead kittens being eaten by bald eagles? That's just weird. Purple Moss is a strain of cannabis that originated from Washington and is also the last track on the album. This has a more toned down production, but also being very bold and colorful as well. Purple Moss is a strain of marijuana that is known for having its sedating effect on the user, which A$AP Rock may be referencing his use to it, being that it's kind of giving him kind of like a depressed kind of mood after using this particular kind of marijuana. From start to finish, the production on this album is incredible. Tobacco really brings in a lot of different sounds and very unique ways of incorporating synthesizers and heavy beats to many of the tracks on this album. And while I do sometimes feel as if they are being reused, kind of recycled, and maybe pitched in a different way, I think it's a very effective way of making an album. And A$AP Rock delivers some of the most metaphoric, the most interesting, and the most weirdest, one of the weirdest tracks, Churro, on this album. Yet, it is a great album, an incredible album from these two. It is so close to being perfect. My only critique on this album is that it's short at 10 tracks and just about 34 minutes in length. I want more material. I want more of this. If they maybe stretched it out to like 11 or 12 tracks and kind of stretching out the songs a little bit longer, filling it with maybe lyrics, good production, and all that stuff, it would have been perfect. It would have been a 100 out of 100. It would have been perfect. But unfortunately, they didn't. And even though that's my only critique, it's not a big one. It's not a big critique at all. I mean, I'm loving this album quite a bit. I've listened to it multiple times, and every listen, it doesn't change. It just it's amazing. It's a great album. I love the album. I love A$AP's lyricism and Tobacco's production, and he really, both of them, do a really great job on this album. And none of them outshine the other one. They both have their strong suits, and they both show their cards on this album. Which is why I'm feeling a 98 out of 100. It is a great album. So yeah, that's about it. Hey, next to my head are links to other videos that you can watch, other reviews, as well as a link to my channel. You can go subscribe there, and a link to my spam channel. So whatnot. Yeah, bye.